You think you can take me on?
That's the wrong question.
Oh, yeah? What's the right one?
The right question is, do you really want to find out?
Motherfucker!
Today we have the pleasure of talking with Andrew Koji, the lead actor in the new Cinemax series Warrior. Hello, Andrew, and thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Hello, Dana. No, thank you for the interview.
You're a seriously good actor and an action actor, and you've been given a very demanding role here as Sahm in Warrior. And what prepared you for this role as a martial artist?
I mean, I did martial arts up until I was about 20, from about, I'd say, 10 to 20, and I was quite obsessed about it at the time. And I think growing up as a younger kid, I did want to be, in action films and all that stuff. But then around 20, I just decided to take a big step back and look over everything and go, no, I just wanted to act. And so since then, I didn't train. I stopped training pretty much, and I was just training as an actor and working that way. So picking it back up about a year and a bit ago for Warrior, primarily. I mean, I dabbled in a few little classes in the past few years, but nothing.
What did you study when you were younger?
When I was younger, it was Taekwondo and Kung Fu, Shaolin Kung Fu at the Shaolin Temple in London. And then I started moving on to kind of tricking and different little forms of kung fu, and mainly Chinese stuff.
So you had a good base.
I'd say I had a pretty good base. But then I got seriously injured at 19 while doing a Taekwondo competition. And then I think that progressively built up to me, packing it in when I was about 20. I tore my gluteus maximus, my hamstring, and my gluteus minimus. So basically tore my ass in half.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It wasn't really a bad thing because when you think about it, it led you into becoming a very good actor. Oftentimes, people are very good martial artists, but they're not necessarily the best or the most versatile actors. And this led you to really develop that ability to act. So now you can bring the both of them together in such a positive way in Warrior.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I mean, I look back and I think everything happens for a reason. In that way, because I did for a while. I had a lot of me and my close friend. If I'd be hanging out with one of my best friends, he'd noticed that I did have some nostalgia looking back at martial arts and all that stuff. But picking it back up, it was like, okay, what were the things that I learned as an actor over the past 10 years? Was okay. Now, how do I channel that into the performance? And I think if I hadn't gone away for those 10 years and just completely dedicated myself to acting and that kind of way of life, I think I might have found it a very different challenge. I might not have even got the role, but it was and I also think the fact that I think for me up until 20, I was like a very competitive kind of guy. And I think I had a relationship to martial arts that was probably a bit unhealthy, just trying to become the best, et cetera, and which probably led to the injury and all that. And then picking it back up again, I was like, okay, well, this is, and me studying about Bruce Lee and his legacy and all that, I had to go, okay, well, as an actor, I've been chosen. This role has come to me for a certain reason. And now I've got to, just like maybe Christian Bale or all these people who their character has to transform they have to transform for certain reasons for their character, become, it could be boxing, could be just be getting in great shape or what have you. I had to go, okay, well, this is a Sahm. I've got to be true as I can to a Sahm. I've got to become the best martial artist, and I had to, the best martial artist that I can be. And I think in a different way, it completely changed my relationship to martial arts. And also the whole Bruce Lee connection. I could come back and look at his, when I was reading his philosophies and whatever, it just completely changed my whole relationship to martial arts. Firstly, to be truthful to the character, but then also personally, when I have to keep up the training and, when things get challenging or tough, or when I'm struggling or feeling like I'm plateauing in certain areas, or it would be, okay, what can I learn about myself, through Bruce Lee's philosophies mainly, that, it was just such an eye-opening experience to come back 10 years later and approach martial arts in a very different way, with more peace and more, for me, more personal expression and those kind of things.
It kind of became a tool for you to use all of the training that you've had. Now you could bring it in, and instead of it dominating your life, it became a tool for you to use. Wow.
Yeah.
It is pretty amazing that Bruce Lee wrote an 8-page treatment in the early 60s and 70s, and it's become such a powerful equalizer for Asians. And this warrior, I think, is what's doing it. How do you feel about helping bring this to pass, and how it will affect your career? The entertainment industry is catching up. Finally, society is catching up, and you're part of that in a very big way.
Yeah, I mean, there have been times, and I'm quite a spiritual guy. Like I studied Buddhism and meditate and all those things. And it's quite funny because when I read about Bruce Lee, and he a lot of his quotes and things are from Alan Watts, who was quite a leading guy at the time. You probably heard him, American. But anyway, we've had times when we were among the cast, and now it's kind of a time the show's coming out. We don't know how it's going to be necessarily, but we didn't know how it was going to be received, and different people had different attachments and ideas and expectations with the whole connection to Bruce Lee. But there were times, talking to the other members of the cast, and we were kind of thinking. It was kind of quite. We felt. I mean, my friend, he gets goosebumps when he thinks about it. He literally goes, "I've got goosebumps." As Dean Jagger plays lyric, and it's like it just said, if you think about it in one way, shape, or form, however you might want to see it, Bruce Lee himself, even though I never met him personally, in some way, shape, or form, I'm working because of this guy.
Right.
And I'm managing to and before I got cast in Warrior, I was 10 years of acting, and the industry, especially in England, for Asian representation is a lot further behind. I was considering giving up acting. I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing this, because the roles weren't there.
Right. And Bruce Lee had the exact same issues.
Yeah.
During his time. I mean, he went back to Hong Kong because he couldn't get what he needed here, So you are instrumental in changing that. And I think that's one of the most exciting things of all times, truly. I really can't wait to see. I'm really interested to see how this affects your career. That's one of my biggest loves of Warrior at this point, is the fact that it's going to change the environment. And for everyone, not just for Asians, but I think for Indonesians, I think for everyone. I think it's going to change, and that's what we need to do. So do you feel that it's a very positive thing for your career?
Most days, when you were filming, I just felt so blessed, because I was treated like a human being. I hadn't had that for the past 10 years. You know, I did little bit roles here and there, guest roles, plays, theatre things. I never felt like I had a voice. You know, I never felt like I had a say in things. And it was when we were shooting the pilot, and suddenly we were trying to figure out this fight scene. We were really pressed for time, and things once we were on set, and the whole set was a bit different, so we had to adjust some of the choreography. And then they said, "Andrew, what do you think?" and that was Ed Wild, the DOP.
Quick,
at the time. I never experienced that.
Yeah,
huh?
I can't believe that as good an actor as you are, and I've watched a lot of the things that you've been in, and you're so versatile. That just amazes me. Wow.
Oh, hey there. My name's Ken Hwang. I'm 27 years young. Half Korean, half British. Wow, that's exotic, right?
Cut. I mean, what happens to you when you meet this girl on the street and she sees you in a wheelchair?
Everyone lies a little bit on their dating profile.
Yeah, a few inches, not about the fact of whether they can walk or not. I think you should really consider telling the truth.
Sam, nobody tells the truth on their dating profiles. That's how it goes.
Who you are hasn't changed. Still a good friend, you're still you, you're still kind, funny, a bit of a prick sometimes. But at least now a girl can love you for who you are, not what you can do.
We understand, Mama. She's so stubborn. You stupid old woman. Where did you think you were going? No, look. She is dying. It's just a matter of when. Yeah. I'll keep you updated. You're a privileged person. Perhaps you've forgotten how hard it can be to be Chinese here.
You can't fix me. No one can fix me. It's been 3 years. I'm tired. I know you make me proud.
You should have let me go, because you were in big trouble now. You have no idea. My uncle will kill you. And then, as soon as I'm out of this, I'm going to tear you limb by limb. I'm going to splash your face off. I'm going to hurt you.
Hi. My name is Ken Hwang. I'm 27 years old. I'm half Korean and half British. And I'm a T10 paraplegic.
Maybe emotional now.
Yeah. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's been, I guess, yeah, I feel so blessed when I'm on set, and, you know, you get given you're heard, and, you know, you have a voice, and to be able to stay and do, instead of just like rocking up and you know, having the line. When you do a lot of guest lead parts, you just kind of, okay, this is what you're going to do. So you know, you're not involved in the
right. You walk in and you walk off.
Yeah. So to be able to work with these talented people and you know, on these scripts, which I think firstly I believe in, because it's highlighting a period of time which I really knew nothing about, and I'm like, wow, the people need to hear more about this right. side of the world. I'm fascinated by it. I didn't know much about the experience of the Chinese immigrants and all that, and to be able to do that and then have a voice as an actor, I was like, okay.
Yeah, so you get to learn. You get to learn and do what you love at the same time. That's awesome. That's really awesome.
And I got to learn from those other, like Hoon Lee. Do you know?
Oh yes, awesome. Well, he's a Shakespearean type.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a truly good actor, and that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, tell us a little about working with Hoon Lee. What was that like?
He's like an uncle to me now, or a bigger brother, or something. Like he. From the minute that I met him, he was so welcoming and warm, and he's kind of like that. And he's like he knows. He just knows everyone, and I mean that I didn't even know that before, but from me not having before, we're just doing guest roles, I didn't know you collaborate, and he's a true collaborator.
Yes. And
one of the most, probably, if not the most intelligent actor I've ever met. And
right.
I think we chatted for hours on the phone, and while we, even when we're doing the show, and learning so much, because I've been quite an instinctual actor, and I think he's very cerebral, and he's so into, I think he's got like 3-4 different degrees.
Oh yeah, he's a brilliant man. Yeah. And he's played every role you can think of. I mean, you see him in The King and I, you see him you just see him in so many different roles, and he can play in any genre. He is amazing.
Yeah. Who else do I enjoy working with? Jason Tobin, he's incredibly fun. Joe Taslim, judo guy.
Joe.
Because Joe's such an amazing physical performer as well. And that was because I watched him in The Raid years ago, and I remembered his character from that, and I was like, oh, wow, he's amazing. Be able to work alongside him is like, that's amazing. And then, I can see how clever he is as well with his physicality. So I learned so much from a bunch of them. And Kieran as well. Kieran View, he's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Bill.
You've got a lot of very
good. It's been a huge learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got notes and pages of notes from all these conversations I've had with them. Going, okay, this is how I can try and improve and learn and all that stuff. So,
how do you feel that Warrior will affect the future study of martial arts? So many people get into martial arts because they've seen a Bruce Lee movie, or they've watched martial arts movies and they decide to take martial arts. How do you feel that Warrior will affect that aspect of things?
I think hopefully, as if we get to do more seasons as well, I think it's a deeper relationship to martial arts, I think, because it's about Sahm, or not necessarily just Sahm, about what it means to be a true warrior. I think that doesn't necessarily, I think that can heavily apply to martial arts in this context. But I think Sahm is already coming off the boat as a very good martial artist. He's got lots to learn, but I think being a true warrior, I think just like nowadays, I think because like, for example, MMA and those things are so much more widespread than it was when I was growing up. I think that a relationship to, I think there is a difference between a great fighter, and there's plenty of people like that on UFC, and then there's a difference between a great fighter and a great martial artist, someone who has a way of living and have certain rules and conducts. And I hope that it will eventually shine a light on the difference between what it just means to be a fighter and what it means to be a true martial artist. I hope.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Darren.